Climate Week New York City unites leaders from across industries to accelerate solutions for a sustainable future. Acumen's Climate Week interviews shine a spotlight on industry leaders and show how businesses can inspire action, drive innovation, and help shape a resilient, sustainable, and low-carbon future. Water runs through our past, present, and future. It reveals the realities of climate change, whether through scarcity, flooding, or mismanagement, and shows both the risks and the opportunities to act wisely. Grundfos is committed to meeting that challenge. As a global leader in sustainable water technologies, the company is reimagining how we move, treat, and protect this essential resource. Water sustains life, and it is through water that we see the climate crisis most clearly. Hi, I'm Allison.
Hey, Allison, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Let's walk. It's a beautiful day in New York City.
Yeah, it's a beautiful weather.
Today, we sit down with Hamed Heyhat, CEO of Grundfos Water Utility, to discuss how the company is advancing smarter, more sustainable water solutions worldwide. You know what's interesting about your technology? I think a lot of people talk about it, but they don't necessarily see it, or do they?
They don't. It's hidden. It's a hidden hero in the water and wastewater system, but our products are everywhere. They are in the major infrastructures like in New York City. As you can see, even in the building beside us, the JP Morgan Chase new building, our pumps are running the HVAC system and providing cooling and heating system for the building or the fire protection.
First of all, thanks for joining us. Can you tell me a little bit about the importance of water conservation right now and your motivation for doing this interview?
Yeah, absolutely. Climate crises are not a distant threat for us anymore. We are living a changed climate. I was reading the news this morning for a typhoon that's going on in the southern China Sea. And you see there are 17 people killed in Taiwan. More than 2 million people left their residences because of the storm. And water is somehow as part of this climate crisis. As a matter of fact, 90% of the impacts that we see has one way or the other water involved. And if you see some of the studies and we stick to the science, there are 7 out of 9 planetary boundaries that we are measuring to make sure that our planet is functioning well is now beyond the limits. So it's real, it's happening. And why water is important? Because the absence of water will be fatal for the human being. Yeah.
Can you walk us through the too little, too much, too polluted approach and how it frames Grundfos's work?
Yeah, absolutely. Too much flooding, yeah. So we see the impact of flooding on cities, on infrastructure. It costs every year billions and trillions of dollars to basically address the impact of too much water. The streets are becoming rivers. The infrastructure is getting damaged. Businesses are shutting down, and people are forced to move because of these heavy storms and floods that are going on. And it's not just somewhere else. It's happening in our neighborhoods. And if you go to too little, you see droughts, you see absence of water as a scarce resource in different parts of the world, and communities that are collapsed and they have to move again, relocate somewhere else because of absence of water. It impacts our food chain, impact our security, and there are lots of geopolitical tensions also across the world because of the absence of water. And pollution is real as well. So we see the PFAS and the impact on the water resources, and we see how the flooding are impacting the sewer system of the cities, and the untreated sewer is getting mixed with the storm water and ending up in the rivers and the lakes that we are using as a source for water. What we are doing in Grundfos is working on solutions to basically protect our water resources, to recycle our water resources, and to reuse the water. And also work on, because moving water is energy intensive basically work, and working on the energy efficient solutions that would help us to move water with less energy.
Grundfos has set some very bold sustainability targets, including net zero commitments. How are these goals shaping your operations and your innovations today?
Yeah, sure. Grundfos started 80 years back in a small town in Denmark. It was started with innovating solutions for farmers to bring water for their farms. That innovation stayed with us for the whole 80 years. We are a private-owned company that gives us lots of muscles for thinking long-term. So sustainability is core for us. We are maybe one of the only companies that 50% of incentives of our people is linked to people and planet. So our sustainability targets and energy efficiency targets that we are working on. But we don't stop there. We are working on our own operations. So our factories, our offices, our state-of-the-art factories and offices with highest level of efficiency. We work on our own operations, but we also invest a lot on innovative solutions. We acquire companies. We had a recent acquisition of Newterra, a company in the US, which is active in treatment, water treatment and wastewater treatment. We spend twice as any other company in our market, in our segment, in R&D, and those R&D money are invested on the innovative solutions for the future. And of course, we work with NGOs and different partners, and we do have some great goals and targets for providing safe water access to people that I will talk maybe a bit later. But again, all of that, combination of all of that is where and how we are engaged in water and climate change in the world.
Yeah, building a water secure future requires more than technology alone. How is Grundfos working with partners to tackle challenges like circular water use, infrastructure resilience, and the rising demand from new sectors such as AI?
No, absolutely. I mean, the good example is the work that we are doing with World Vision, Water Mission, C40, the combination of cities that are coming together to address their energy and water challenges. We are actively engaged with them. We have a foundation, we have a Grundfos Foundation that is providing some investment for different projects, whether it's innovation or different infrastructure projects to those cities and areas around the globe. But again, we are working with them to train the local people to create self-sustained business models in the areas that there are entrepreneurs that are building new businesses and helping them to grow and scale their solutions. So not only our innovation, but helping others to innovate and also deploy those innovations at a scale.
Have you seen in your conversations around energy that many don't include water in those conversations?
That's one of the challenges that we have. First of all, it's very difficult to quantify the value of water, and that's why we're working with the Economist tool to basically create a platform that would calculate the impact of water. What is the impact of water on absence of water, on health, on education, and so on. There's of course lots of focus on energy, and we have seen the energy transition. We were able to mobilize funding, to mobilize the private investment to transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy. But water is somehow absent in the whole discussion, and it is essential. It is again, absence of water and a scarcity of water is going to have a even much bigger impact on us as humans on planet Earth. So that's where we are working closely to see how we can include it in the agenda and make sure that we create models that would help in more investment or attract more investment in water. And they are closely connected. If you see in the big cities, the energy that we need to move water and wastewater is almost 20-30% of the energy consumption of the big cities. Just imagine, so if we can really make the systems more reliable and work on the energy efficiency, it will also directly impact the energy transition in the world and addressing the climate crisis that we're facing.
Tell me a little bit more about Grundfos, for example, where your technology is.
No, absolutely. We are everywhere, and we are somehow not visible that much. But if you think about New York City and where we are, our solutions are in the major infrastructures in the city. So with New York City Department of Environmental Protection, we have our pumps and solutions in North River facility, in Brooklyn facility, in different facilities for wastewater management in the city. We are with the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. We have more than 100 installations in different metro systems for flood control, for sewage system control, and so on. We go to buildings. Some of the major buildings and large buildings in the city are supported by our solutions. The Freedom Tower has our solutions. The JP Morgan Chase new tower has our pumps and solutions for HVAC systems and fire protection systems. We are in LaGuardia Airport. We are in NYU Hospital. So our solutions are everywhere. You don't see them because they are maybe underground in the pumping stations, or they are hidden in the building. But we are everywhere, from residential to commercial to large infrastructure facilities in the city of New York and other cities.
Where do data centers fit into this realm?
Yeah, absolutely. We have lots of solutions for data centers. I mean, for data centers, what is very important is uptime and reliability. And we have solutions that would help cooling the chipsets and the buildings. And we have some of the most reliable and energy efficient solutions in the market. So when they are building a new data centers, we are part of the solution. They always call us. We join them, and we are even during the design phase, we are with them to provide our solutions. And they love our products because they last forever, and they are the most energy efficient systems in the world.
Looking ahead, what role do you see Grundfos playing in securing a water-resilient net zero future?
Yeah. So there are different dimensions that we can work. On one part, of course, our innovative solutions will help the market to move to that direction. We have some of the most energy efficient and reliable solutions for water and wastewater in the world. So we are providing those solutions to the market. We're working with partners. This is not something that we can solve alone. So we have to basically collaborate with different parties in the industry. So we're closely working with different parties in industry to address them. Also, we have lots of investment on providing safe water access to the people around the world. And we are closely working with all those NGOs and organizations to basically increase that number and get to the 300 million that is our target by 2030.
Thanks so much for your time today. Really enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you.
Water underpins every part of life, from the health of communities to the strength of economies and ecosystems. As climate pressures intensify, the way we manage and protect this resource will define our future. Grundfos is helping to chart that path. By rethinking infrastructure, advancing sustainable technologies, and forging powerful partnerships, the company is working toward a world where water is managed wisely and shared fairly, a foundation for resilience in a changing climate.